Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Today we're diving deep into a story that's been making waves across the NFL, especially among Commanders fans. It's a story about a player who was supposed to be the cornerstone of Washington's secondary, someone who, on paper, had all the makings of a shutdown cornerback. But reality, as it often does in the NFL, has been quite different. We're talking about Marshon Lattimore, a four-time Pro Bowler, a guy who, when healthy and on his game, can lock down an entire side of the field. But this season, things haven't exactly gone as planned. And what's really astonishing is that despite all the struggles, the head coach Dan Quinn still believes in him. Believe it or not, Quinn is out here defending Lattimore publicly, saying he doesn't see the teams targeting him, despite what the numbers and game film are telling us. It's a bold stance, and honestly, it leaves a lot of fans scratching their heads. See, Lattimore, now in his 8th year, was supposed to be the player that could transform Washington's pass defense into one of the league's toughest. Remember, he's a guy who's been to the Pro Bowl 4 times, a guy who's been considered one of the elite at his position. But this year, it's a different story. Through just 4 games, he's been a magnet for flags, blown coverages, and big plays given up. And that's not just my opinion, it's supported by some pretty eye-opening stats. According to Pro Football Focus, Lattimore currently allows a passer rating of 105.2, along with an average of 15.5 yards per reception. Those are not the numbers you expect from a cornerback with his pedigree. And what's even more concerning is how often he's been caught out of position, losing on routes, or getting flagged for penalties like holding, which only compound the issues. But here's the twist. Head coach Dan Quinn, in a recent press conference, made a point to say he doesn't feel teams are specifically targeting Lattimore. Instead, Quinn claims that Lattimore is playing better than what the perception suggests, highlighting that the big mistakes are what make headlines. It's a curious stance, especially considering how the film and stats paint a different picture. Quinn's confidence in Lattimore might be an attempt to boost his confidence, but it's also a gamble. Because, let's be honest, the secondary has been a weak point for Washington this season, and Lattimore's struggles are making it even tougher for the defense to hold up. And it's not just a recent development. Remember, the Commanders traded for Lattimore last season, giving up 3 draft picks in 2025 to bring him in from the New Orleans Saints. The idea was clear: get a player who can lock down one side of the field, someone who can be the leader of the secondary. But the reality has been quite different. Despite the hopes, Lattimore has struggled to replicate his previous Pro Bowl form. Just look at the Week 4 game against the Atlanta Falcons, where he was beaten deep by wide receiver Drake London for a long gain, despite being flagged for holding. That play not only gave Atlanta a big chunk of yardage, but also embodied the struggles Lattimore has faced this season. What's even more troubling is the analytics. According to the latest numbers from Pro Football Focus, Lattimore's performance has been less than stellar. The high passer rating and yards per reception are a clear indication that quarterbacks are finding ways to connect against him. The issue seems to stem from difficulty in adjusting to the Commanders' schemes, and more critically, in one-on-one matchups. Lattimore has openly admitted that he felt some timidity after joining Washington, and sadly, that hesitancy seems to have persisted into this season. That's a problem when you're supposed to be the guy that opposing quarterbacks avoid throwing at. The coaching staff, including defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr., has expressed concern about the secondary's reliability in man coverage situations. And that's a big part of the problem. When you're playing man-to-man against some of the league's top receivers, you need confidence, quick reactions, and flawless technique. Lattimore has shown signs of struggle in all those areas. And unfortunately, he's not alone. His teammate Mike Sainristil has also been taking heat from analysts for similar issues. But Lattimore is still considered the marquee name in the secondary, the player the Commanders traded for with high expectations. Yet right now, he's not living up to that reputation. In fact, he's currently being outperformed by rookie Trey Amos, a second-round pick who, despite his youth, has been making a positive impact. It's a tough pill to swallow for a player who was brought in to be a lockdown corner, and it's a clear sign that the secondary, and Lattimore in particular, needs to step up fast. The Commanders desperately need a veteran presence to stabilize the unit, to lead by example, and to regain the confidence that has been missing. The coaching staff has hinted that more help over the top might be a solution, more safety help, more double coverage, anything that can give Lattimore a breather and a chance to get back to his Pro Bowl level. What's frustrating for fans and analysts alike is that all the tools are there. Lattimore's talent, his experience, his past success. But something isn't clicking this season. Whether it's confidence, scheme fit, or just a rough patch, the results are clear. The Commanders need him to return to form because, without a shutdown corner, the pass defense will continue to be vulnerable. Opposing teams know they can attack this secondary, and the numbers back that up. The long game against Atlanta was just one example, but the pattern has been consistent. The defense's inability to consistently contain opposing receivers is a problem that's costing Washington games. Now, the big question is, how does this get fixed? It's not an overnight fix, that's for sure. But perhaps more safety help, more communication, and a bit of mental retooling could help Lattimore find his groove again. The coaching staff has shown faith in him publicly, which might be exactly what he needs to regain his confidence. And let's not forget, he's still a talented player capable of turning things around. The NFL is a league of adjustments, and sometimes, all a player needs is the right environment and a little belief from the coaches and teammates. Fans, I know this isn't the news we wanted to hear about a player of Lattimore's caliber, but honesty is what's needed. The season is still young, and there's plenty of football left to be played. If Lattimore can find his form, it could be the turning point for Washington's pass defense. But he's got to do it quickly because time is ticking, and the division is unforgiving. The NFC East is stacked with talent, and every game counts. The Commanders have shown flashes of potential, but they need their stars to perform at their best. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Marshon Lattimore's struggles? Do you believe he can turn it around, or do you think the secondary needs a serious overhaul? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news from the Commanders. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, let's keep supporting this team through thick and thin. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.